Having covered this for almost a decade, there's been a real debate within this White House, the previous White House, and the intelligence and military communities as to how much emphasis should be given to Osama bin Laden, given the fact that he has been cut off so much from the operational terrorists who are part of his organization. And also there was a time, you might remember, when George W. Bush, President Bush, talked about getting him dead or alive, and then the Bush administration backed off that, talking about how this was not just about one man, this was about an organization, an existential threat. And that's really been the way that the Obama administration, President Obama, has addressed this as well, looking at al-Qaeda as an organization and not necessarily focused just on getting Osama bin Laden or his number two, Ayman al-Zawahiri, talking about the threat more in general, in Yemen, through al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, and of course throughout the world. So it will be interesting to see just how much emphasis President Obama gives to this action, with sources telling us that the U.S. has killed Osama bin Laden in Pakistan.
And that's exactly right. And Brian, there was some question in recent years over how much communication he had with the rest of al-Qaeda, whether he was able to issue any orders of any kind at all.
Very little communication. They had begun to track the couriers that brought the tapes out that he was making to Al Jazeera and to the internet, and they tracked them back, and they were getting close at one point, so he cut off almost all communications. And they felt they had isolated him, and as a functional matter, he wasn't really able to lead al-Qaeda anymore, except on the broadest sort of principles.